I was shopping with a friend of mine a couple of years ago. His name was Rob, and he had a sudden death in the family, and he had to get a suit for the funeral. And he was in a band, and he was on the dole. He didn't have a suit to his name. We went to these sort of cheap places in Oxford Street, and one bloke said, "Oh, I've got a lovely suit, £29." And I thought, what is this going to look like? I couldn't wait for him to have to buy the suit. We went over to it, and it was all right, and I was gutted. It was just like a classic sort of dark suit, and it was nice, and it had an electric blue sort of satin lining, and he was made up. So just to piss on his bonfire, I said, well, if it's that cheap, and it's that well made, and it's not in a sale, it means someone's been exploited. He went, what? I went, yeah, it's awful. It's like women and children exploited, and you'll just be adding to the problem, right? And he didn't buy it. And he went and sold a guitar at Record and Tape Exchange and bought a suit for 150 quid. And I felt bad, but then I thought, well, I was probably right. If, you know, they probably have used, like, really awful, cheap labour. And so just by doing that, and even though it's one person's little change, if everyone changed it, then we could all, do you know what I mean, make a difference. Still, 29 quid, though. It's all right, isn't it? I remember when I wasn't a kid, I was about 25. Me and my girlfriend had met this other couple. They'd moved down from the north, okay? And they used to come in the place where I used to work, and we had a couple of drinks with them. And then one day they invited us to a party, and we went along. And one, it was a dinner party. They hadn't warned us about that. But two, it was with their parents, both sets of parents, their grandparents, and some great aunts and uncles that would come down from the north to see how they were getting on. So average age of about 85, right? And I think we were an afterthought. They thought, oh, we got no one there our own age. Oh, what, that Ricky and Jane, invite them. So I came along, and we're still sort of getting to know them. And as I say, I always just do, you know, muck around and make up jokes and see if I could, you know. Us Brits, we use humour all the time. Two Brits meet, and it's the first one to get a gag out, okay? Whether it's irony, satire, silliness, we use it as a sword and a shield and a medicine, but mostly as a getting to know you. Are you like-minded, okay? So I told this joke. I started off lightly, in case they didn't like that sort of thing. I said, why did the little girl fall off the swing? Because she had no arms. Yeah, right? Okay, sweet. And they laughed a little bit louder than that. There was only two of them, so thanks, right? So I thought, OK, they get it. They like that sort of thing. And, you know, you up the ante a little bit. And I told this joke. Oh, OK. Let me have a little drink. Start the car? Right. I told this joke. I made sure the old people couldn't hear. Right. Father, sitting at home, reading the paper. His little girl comes running in. She's only 6. Hello, dear. Hello, Daddy. What have you been doing then? Been playing in the park. Oh, with your friends? Yeah, until the man came along. Until the man came along? Yeah, a man came along, and he asked my friends to leave, so it was just me and him. Darling, come over here. Come over. Whatever happened, none of it was your fault, OK? But tell Daddy every detail. What happened, darling? What happened? He took me behind a wall so no one could see what we were doing. Oh, God, darling, and then what happened? He took my dress off. Oh, God, darling. What happened then? What happened then? He took his thing out. Oh, God. What happened then, darling? Nothing, that was it. Oh, we'll make something up. Don't tell anyone that. I want it to be a surprise. So I told that joke, and I carried on. We're getting a bit drunk, and I'm telling more jokes. Eventually, we sat down about 9:45. They'd put two sort of kitchen tables together, and the host sat at either end, and they sat me in the middle, opposite this very sweet but very deaf sort of 80-year-old man. So the conversation was a bit stilted. And after about 20 minutes, Ian, one of the hosts, pipes up and says, "Oh, tell that joke." What? And all the old people go, "Oh, we love jokes." Do you? I looked at Ian, he went, "He'll be fine." I went, "OK." And he sort of got on with his conversation. I went, "Oh, they're all like that. They're all sweet old faces." I went, father, sitting at home reading the paper, his little girl comes back, told the whole joke, got to the bit, we'll make something up. And they went, silence. I looked at Ian, he went, not that one! But I love bad excuses, when they're sort of embarrassing, sort of heinous things like that. I remember a friend of mine I went to college with was a medical student, and when he did his degree, he did an internship or junior doctorship at University College Hospital. And he was working nights. It was about 1:30 in the morning, and this guy came in, and he had a bottle of sauce stuck up his arse. As you do, and completely disappeared. He hadn't left, like, you know, enough out. He hadn't thought of the return journey. Like, even Hansel and Gretel sort of left breadcrumbs, didn't they? He hadn't thought it through. He was getting so into it, the whole bottle up there. Then he couldn't get any purchase. He couldn't, you know, tie a bit of string to it or something. Just think ahead. Or empty it out, fill it with concrete, put a broom handle in it, let that set. Then you've got the full length of the bottle and a handle. But he hadn't put as much thought into it as me. Amateur. Now, so, and also, instead of going in there and saying, excuse me, mate, got a sauce bottle stuck up my arse. I know what I was doing, you know what I was doing. Get it out and I won't do it again. Instead of saying that, he went through his whole face-saving rigmarole of filling out an accident report, just making it worse for himself. And this is the excuse he gave, OK? He said, well, what happened was, this is a great excuse, right? He said, I'd been shopping at Safeway, and I came home with my shopping and I realised that I'd locked myself out of my house. So I put the shopping on the doorstep, and I saw that I'd left open a bedroom window, so I thought I'd get in there. So I tried to climb up the drain pipe, but as I was climbing the drain pipe, my belt broke, and my trousers and pants fell down. I went to grab, I lost my grip, and I fell, and I landed on the bottle that went straight, and that's what happened. So I went, OK, so got it out for him. When he left, they made an amendment to the accident report. My mate put, this story would be somewhat more believable if Safeway sold their bottles of sauce with condoms already attached. I just thought, oh, the condom, fuck. He knows I'm lying. Why did he put a condom on it anyway? Because he was then going to use it on his chips. But how mean is that? If you're into, you know what I mean? Shoving condiments up your arse. Buy two, they're only 79p. I guess, I don't know. One for chips, one for arses. You know where you are. You have to make bad excuses. I think kids should have pets. I think it teaches them life lessons. I haven't got children of my own, but I've got loads of nieces and nephews, and they've got kids of their own now. And I want to be a cool uncle and give them what they want, but I want to be a responsible one too, and sort of not add to the stray problem. But I think I've solved the dilemma. This is what I do, okay, as a tip. You've got to wait till Christmas Eve, go to an animal shelter or an animal rescue home, not a breeder, and I go there, and I go straight to the veterinary bit, and when they're dealing with, like, the little runts that are born all sick, and they're just putting them down, they've got no quality of life, I go, no, don't kill that one. I'll take that one. And they go, it's only going to live a day. So I run home with it, going, don't die yet. Get a Starbucks, a little bit of Starbucks. Don't die yet, don't die. And I run in, and I call my niece. She runs over. I go, look, I go, oh, you got me a puppy. I go, your best uncle got you a puppy. Oh, thanks. Go and play with it, quick. Go and play with it. And they take it to bed Christmas Eve, and they sleep with it, and they wake up Christmas Day, it's cold, dead, stiff, gone. So, not a problem. And they always come down, and they say, oh, my puppy's dead. And I go, what, the puppy your uncle got you? He did his bit, and whatever happened after that isn't his problem. And they go, yeah. And I go, oh, no, maybe you rolled over on it on the night. Oh, did I? Oh, no. And they always go, I killed my puppy. I killed my puppy. I go, no, you didn't kill your puppy. Jesus killed your puppy. On his birthday, because you didn't spend enough on your uncle's Christmas present. So they usually buck their ideas up the next year. I was doing a radio interview a while back on Capital Radio in Leicester Square, and It was live, which is always a mistake because these little freaks hear you at home. And nowadays, because of the phone scandals, if something's pre-recorded, they have to tell you about it. So if it really is live, they bang on about it. And they were going, he's actually here now in the heart of London. It's Ricky Gervais. It's 11:15. And they hear you and they go, he's there. And they come along and wait for you. They know where you are, right? And I was coming down the stairs after the interview, and the security guard said, oh, there's a few autographs. I went up there, and there were, about 16 of them. I don't know the collective noun. Gaggle of mongs. Right? And the first thing that hits you is the BO. It is staggering, okay? And so I'm nice to them. They're strong. And, fuck it. And I'm signing, I'm getting away, and as I'm going away, right, I feel something hit me there, and I look down, and it wasn't one of them. It was this old lady that had sort of wandered over the square. She was about 60, 65, really sort of grimy, right, and sort of had a bandana with sort of tassels on it, and sort of a robe thing, and sort of bangles, and she was selling like some sort of twig in tinfoil. Again, I don't know the politically correct term. Is it smelly traveller? I think it is. Right? And she went, lucky Heather. I went, no thanks. I want to go back and go, what? Lucky Heather? Is it? Is it? How lucky is it? Because you're covered in the shit and you're begging in Leicester Square. So, fucking maggot. Get off me. Ken Dodd, sorry, right, so. Ken Dodd, me. Hundreds of old people. Okay, Ken Dodd, home, you're munctious, right? Fat, mad woman, sat there, cross-legged. Every time Dodd goes, home, she goes, ah, like that, right? I mean, everyone's ignoring her. She must go to every concert, obviously a bit of a stalker. Dodd, not put off at all, just doing his thing. Home, ah. Jane's going, don't look. I'm going, you're having a laugh, ain't you? I can't take my eyes off her. I'm looking at this. Every time I go, hum, I'm looking at him, I'm looking at her, I'm looking at him like that, back and forth. It's like tennis in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. It was like, and so she's there, right? And this is a true story. After about 20 minutes, her hand goes down the leggings. Yeah. And, right? So everyone just, I can feel it all go around. I'm going, oh my God. Suddenly this is interesting again. Hum, right? So I'm just like, and... No, but she's not doing it discreetly. Her little fucking legs are straight out now. I mean, 20 yards in front of Dodd, tries to make little sort of jokes about tax evasion. It was under the carpet. Right? And she's... No, but she's making a noise. It's not my fucking thing. She's sort of going... Because she was Flipper, right? And, what? Timmy's fallen down a well? I think she wants us to follow her. Right? So she's going away. Right? She's going away. She finishes. She goes, has another sandwich. Oh, true story. I don't know why I told you, but it's a truth. It's out of my head and into yours now. This show's called Science, by the way. Wikipedia says that science is the concerted human effort to understand the physical or natural world. Science seeks the truth, and it doesn't discriminate. So something's either true or it isn't. It hasn't got a will, a hope, okay? A moral conscience. For better or worse, it finds things out. Whether that is inventing the atomic bomb, capable of mass human destruction, or discovering ways to end famine. I've heard an interesting phrase coined about the dropping of the atomic bomb on Hiroshima. Someone said that dropping the atomic bomb on Hiroshima is an example of science going wrong. Whereas I think it worked a treat, didn't it? I assume that's what they wanted to happen, wasn't it? They said, how can we melt 100,000 Japanese people really quickly? Someone said, try the atomic bomb. They went, did it work? Yep. So the science went right. Just a fucking bit. Yeah. The science going wrong, with them coming around going, did it explode? No. Oh, fuck. No? Did it kill anyone? One. Just hit him straight on the head. He was out shopping. For a camera, probably. Shut up. Fuck off. No, but that isn't science's fault. Do you know what I mean? Science discovered that process can release all that energy. The military did that, governments, us, we're in charge. Science is to enhance our existence. The big one there is obviously famine, okay? And you can't have a good life if you haven't got a life at all. And I'm all for ending famine, obviously, as long as it doesn't affect me in the slightest. Which brings me to this little fad that we need to stamp out. This happened to me Christmas before last, exchanging gifts with friends, old friends, good friends, quite well-off friends, if I'm being honest. I gave them a coffee-making machine from Selfridges, top of the range. They loved it, And they gave me mine, it was just a card. I thought, oh, vouchers. I opened it up, it wasn't vouchers, it was just a card with a picture of a goat on it. And some stuff about, and I said, what's this? They went, oh, our gift to you is we gave a goat to an African family. What? I'm looking at the coffee machine thinking, is it too late to say that's a mistake? Take that back. They had it under their arm, right? So I went, what is it? They went, oh, we bought you a goat and we gave it to an African family. Oh, did you? Oh. So I've got fuck all, basically. That is basically what you're saying, isn't it? I mean, I don't even know this African family. Why would I give him a goat? Why would I give him my goat? A goat I didn't know I had till a minute ago. Give me my fucking goat. Where's my goat? I mean, the arrogance to say I got you a goat, but I gave it away. Next year I'm going to go, oh, I got you a hedgehog, but I threw it to some gypsies on the way. Is that all right? This serves no purpose. This is good for no one. They're 50 quid down. I've got nothing, okay? The African family's going, not another mouth to feed, right? The goat is going, where the fuck am I? What the a week ago I was gambling around the Cotswolds. There was grass and tourists with nuts and shit. This is a fucking dust bowl. This is shit. There's no way the goat wanted to go to Africa. There was no way. It was basically kidnapped. It was abducted. It was put in a sack and bundled on a boat to Africa, like Roots in reverse. There is no way that... When they said, do you want to go to Africa? It went, definitely, no way, no. Come on, why didn't you want to go to Africa? Lions. Come on, why didn't you want to go to Africa? AIDS. Well, that shouldn't affect you. It shouldn't.